here, going live. I'm live on YouTube and I'm trying to get my TikTok to go live as well. It says it's loading. So I don't know if it's gonna let me go live or not. Anyway. Hold on a second. All right, great. I'm live on both TikTok and YouTube. I am back in Illinois, ready to get back into yoga. Today I'm going to do a 30-minute yoga practice with Travis Elliott. It's going to be a 30-minute yoga for flexibility, a full body stretch, and deep relief. Before I get started, I'm going to very quickly do a headstand, a back bend, and a handstand, back bend. That's two. Sorry, I was like looking around for something. But yeah, let me do that real quick, and then I will get started. All right. I normally have something that I can lean my head against for balance, so that was like a little more difficult. All right, here we go.
In this practice, we're going to move through a full body stretch to improve that flexibility. My name is Travis Elliott, founder. Practice today is practice the floor or yoga block prop is always fine as well. So always important to adjust and modify these poses to what feels right for you and your body. And we'll use this opening child's pose as really our doorway into our 30-minute practice today. This practice that in a gentle way will improve your body's range of motion so the body can move in all the amazing ways that it was meant to be moved in. So feel the mind beginning to quiet and settle. Feel that wind of breath beginning to glide with rhythm in and out through the nose, the breath like wind, flowing in deeply, flowing out freely. And our breath is a powerful companion But then releasing tension and stiffness out of the body, especially the exhales, is where we create more length and more space within the tissues. The inhales is where we draw new energy into the cells that build up those tissues so that they're more healthy. Take a few more breaths here. Beautiful, and then from here, keeping that breath flowing, let's go ahead and ease out of the child's pose. And we'll take a few rounds of cat and cow here. So inhale, drop the belly, pull the heart forward. And then on the exhale, round the back, spreading the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, belly drops, loosening up the spine. And exhale, round in, and then try a few more of these just on your own in your own rhythm as you begin to sync and link up the movement of breath, body, and mind. Ultimately, that word yoga is just another word for connection, for unity, so feeling the unity of that breath, body, and mind. And then we'll come back to a neutral spine, neutral table, lean into the left hand, take the right arm, reach it all the way up as you inhale. And then thread the right arm underneath that left arm, relaxing that outer right shoulder all the way down into the ground for a nice little shoulder stretch. Some of you may want to slide the left hand forward or reach the left hand around behind the back, coming to a wrap, coming to a bind, see what feels right for you. As you take a couple breaths here. And then left hand in front of the face. Go ahead and unthread that right arm, reach it all the way back up as you inhale. And then right hand cruises down, same thing other side, shift it to the right hand. Left arm up, so transitions nice and smooth as you inhale. And then left arm threads underneath that right arm as you exhale. And position that right hand where it feels right for you. Couple of breaths there as you breathe into where you feel the stretch taking place. Where the mind goes is where the energy flows. And this is the power of your dharana, your focus, your concentration. You can use your mind to steer that attention like a spotlight of awareness where you choose it to go. Of course, that has a lot of benefits, not just in our yoga practice, but ultimately within our life as well. Right hand in front of the face, so thread that left arm, inhale, spread wide. And then exhale, left hand all the way down towards the ground. Good, now slide the hands forward a few inches, tuck the toes underneath the feet, and then downward facing dog. A few breaths here, first down dog of this practice. Feel free to alternate one heel down towards the ground at a time, pedaling it out. And then nice and steady, float the right leg off the ground parallel to the floor as you inhale. And then right foot forward, top of your mat as you exhale. Release the left knee down to the ground. Release the top of your left foot. Climb your hands on top of your right knee, right thigh here. And then from here, we'll take the arms and we'll reach those all the way up to the sky. Tuck the tailbone underneath, zipper the lower abdominals up so you're not just sitting into the joints there, but recruiting the muscles around those areas and feeling that stretch. Left arm will stay up. You'll bring the right arm down, and then we're gonna pulse here. So inhale, left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. And exhale, switch. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. This time, hold there. So now left arm is up. Take an inhale. Reach up through that left arm. And then start leaning over towards the right into a side bend. This is where you may use a block and put that underneath your hand. Or you may bring the fingertips all the way down to the floor, just getting that good stretch across the whole left side of the torso for what we call spinal flexion. Come all the way back up, so both arms up. Maybe even lean back a little at the top as you inhale. And then hands down to the ground as you exhale, low lunge. Hold here, take an inhale. And then you're gonna move towards a half split on the exhale. Right toes up, balance on right heel. Inhale, right foot flat, right knee bends. And exhale, straighten the right leg. Inhale, bend. And then exhale, straighten the leg. Let's hold there, take a couple of breaths. It's almost like you're dragging your right glute back to accentuate that posterior stretch across the back of that right leg. Good, now right foot flat, tuck the left toes underneath, lift that left knee off the ground, take an inhale there. And then as you exhale, you're gonna step the left foot forward to join the right. And spread the feet out a little bit wider than the shoulders, turn the toes out, heels in. And then you go to squat. So just come down, hands to prayer position. If this is too intense, grab a prop, put that underneath the hips if you like here. But ultimately looking for flexibility in all the joints in the low body, ankles, knees, hips. Hands come down, chest draws up, chin slightly tucks down. Beautiful. Now go ahead and stand all the way up. As you inhale, turn the toes in, feet parallel to each other. Right hand's going to grab the left wrist. And then a little side bend over to the right. Couple of breaths there. Come back up as you inhale, switch the grip. So left hand, right wrist. And then on the exhale, lean over to the left. Come up to middle as you inhale, and then hands to prayer, tracing that midline as you exhale. Let's do a few rounds of half sun salutation. So inhale, arms come up, and then forward fold on the exhale. Flat back on the inhale, and then fold and release with gravity, exhale. Inhale, rise and sweep both arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. A couple more rounds of those. Inhale, arms come up. Forward fold, exhale. Flat back, inhale. Fold, exhale. Inhale, rise and soar, both arms up, grow long, get tall. And exhale, bringing the hands back home. Inhale, arms up like a moving meditation. Exhale, fold like a moving prayer. Flat back, inhale, fill the lungs up with air. And then fold on the exhale, let's hold there. Grab opposite elbows with the hands. Make sure you relax fully and completely the weight of your head, your skull, so your neck gets the release, the jaw softens. Little bounce, little sway, whatever feels right here. Good, and then release the hands down to the ground, flat back as you inhale, stretch it out. And then from here on the exhale, we're gonna step back to plank, upper push-up. If that's too much, you can always drop your knees down to modify. Wherever you're at, take one inhale, just kind of pass them through, shift the weight forward. And then on the exhale, lower slowly all the way down onto the belly. And then Sphinx pose. So bring the elbows forward, forearms parallel to each other. And take several breaths here. Very often within our day, our backs are rounded in a perpetual forward bend. So this is the perfect antidote to working on our computers, driving cars, eating meals, text messaging, to ensure that the health and flexibility of that spine is optimized. One more inhale there in Sphinx. And then exhale, lower back down, hands slide back by the ribs. And then Cobra on the inhale, one chest to inflate the chest, the lungs, the heart. And then down dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips, pull them all the way up and back. Come back to that rhythm of the breath, just like we began the practice with. So the breath is the foundation. We never want to lose that foundation, whether we're moving through a slow flow, a power yoga, or even a yin yoga class. It's all about the breath. Inhale, float that left leg off the ground. And then exhale, left foot all the way forward. Release the right knee down to the ground. Climb aboard, both hands on top of your left knee, left thigh. And as you're ready, float those arms all the way up like two blades reaching high. Little fingers turn in slightly. So you feel broad and open through the shoulders. Release the left arm down. Keep that right arm up. Prepare to pulse. Inhale, switch. Left arm up, right arm down. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale. One more round, inhale. And then exhale, hold there, take an inhale, reach up through that right arm. Then use a block, a prop, or left fingertips all the way down to the mat, to that big, massive side bend stretch. Come all the way back up to center, maybe lean back to the top as you inhale. And then both hands all the way down as you exhale, low lunge, take an inhale there. And then half splits on the exhale. Inhale, rebend the left knee. And exhale, straighten the left leg. Inhale, one more of those. And exhale, straighten, hold there, a couple of breaths. Creating a little bit of flexibility for that left hamstring. Very often when the hamstrings are really stiff and tight, this can pull the lower vertebra, the lumbar spine into compression. So you lengthen and loosen, get more spacious in the hamstrings, and that has a domino effect across the posterior chain. From here, left foot flat on the ground. Tuck the right toes underneath. Lift that right knee up as you inhale. And then step it forward towards the top of the mat on the exhale. Now from here, you're going to bring the feet together and you're going to sit down to your heels here. And then you're going to allow the knees to release all the way down to your yoga mat. Now bring the arms out in front of you, backs of the hands together. And then see if you can rock back onto balancing on those toes and spread the arms into cactus. And then inhale, arms forward, backs of the hands together. And then exhale, sit up, spread through the chest. Inhale, round, backs of the hands together. And then exhale, lift up and spread. One more of those, inhale. And then exhale. Let's hold there, just a little flexibility for the feet, for the toes as well. One last inhale. And then exhale, hands to the ground. Let's straighten the legs and fold over and down. Spread the feet out about the width of the shoulders. Put a little bend into the knees. Take about 3 breaths or so to slowly ragdoll your way all the way up to standing. Head and neck, last thing to come up. And as you eventually come all the way back up, lift those shoulders up by the ears, inhale. Back and down, exhale. Release the tension out of the traps. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Feels so good to release that heaviness, to get light. Now, check this out. Inhale, both arms come all the way up. And then hands behind the low back as you exhale, interlace. Take an inhale, draw the knuckles down, pull the chest up, lean back, look up, and fold all the way over and down. Little bend in the knees. Take one inhale there, and then release the hands down. Flat back inhale, stretch and lengthen out. And then forward fold, yielding to gravity. Inhale, rise and float both arms all the way up. And then exhale, hands behind the back again, interlace. Inhale, knuckles down, sternum high. Exhale, dive down, chest over thighs. Inhale, goodbye. Exhale, hands down, calm, relaxed mind. Inhale, flat back, lengthen through every vertebra of the spine. Exhale, fold, chest on thighs, one more time. Inhale, rise and fly, both arms up. And exhale, hands behind the back, interlace. Inhale, pull the chest up and expand. Exhale, fold down again. Inhale, shoulder release, flexibility there. Exhale, hands come down. This time, flat back, inhale, stretch it out. Step back to plank, upper push-up, modify if you like. Goodbye, inhale to organize. And then exhale, lower slowly down to the ground. Sphinx pose. So we did this earlier. Forearms parallel to each other. Make sure the elbows are right underneath the shoulders. So not in front, also not behind, but you want to stack those two joints. Now, let's add on to this. So, take the right foot, bend it in, reach back and grab your right foot with your right hand so you add the quadricep stretch as you root down through that left elbow. Now, if you have the mobility, and some of you do, some of you don't, if you do have it, you're going to rotate those right fingers forward so you come into that right shoulder. If you don't have that mobility, all good, just do what you can do. And we'll take a few more breaths here. I had a Shaolin teacher whose expression commonly was, "This is life." So you'd be like in a really, really hard pose or exercise in the middle of a hard workout, feeling the intensity, and the expression was, "This is life, this is life." You're not denying it. You're not wishing that it was other than what it is, but you're accepting the moment as it is. So whatever you're feeling right now, instead of running away from it or denying it, can you say to yourself, "This is life"? And can you do that in your life as well when you encounter challenge and struggle? One last little squeeze there. Relax that right leg back to your Sphinx. Take a moment, reset. And then we'll bend the left foot in. Reach back, left hand will grab that left foot. If it's available for you, you can rotate the left fingertips forward. Sphinx quadricep stretch, or in yoga what we call Ardha Bakasana. One last little squeeze there. Relax that left leg back to your Sphinx pose. Take a good high inhale there. And then exhale, lower the chest down to the ground. Slide the hands back by the ribs. And then push your way up. Tabletop pose, all fours. Good. Now crawl the feet forward, cross the feet behind you. And then from here, extend the right leg straight out in front of you. And bring the sole of your left foot to the inner right thigh. Turn your torso over to the left about 45 degrees at an angle. And then you're just going to start to crawl out between the legs. And if you have a block or a bolster, you can always grab that as well. And just place that underneath the forearms if it's helpful. And up to this point in the practice, we've been exploring what we call dynamic stretching. So there's 4 types of stretching: ballistic stretching, like you see a boxer before they're about to enter the ring. We have dynamic stretching, which is what we just did, inhales and exhales. And then we have static stretching, which is where you hold a stretch, you hold a pose for at least 30 seconds. And we see that in yin yoga, which we often hold for 3 to 5 minutes. So now we're going to hold some of these for about 30 to 60 seconds and use static stretching in addition to the dynamic stretching to improve that flexibility. All right, now keep the torso down low, crawl over by your right leg, reach your hands out and grab whatever you can get. So you can get your shin, you can use a towel and lasso that around the foot, whatever feels right here. Take an inhale, draw out long, and then exhale, fold in. And if you're stiff and you're tight and you can't even touch your toes, don't worry about it, because yoga isn't about touching your toes. It's about touching your truth. So see if you can touch your truth by honoring what it is that you're feeling, accepting whatever it is that you're experiencing. This is life. Good, good. Ease your way all the way up. Take your left ankle now. Place it on top of your right knee. Bend your right foot so it comes underneath your left knee, setting up for what we call firelight pose in yin, or double seated pigeon in hatha yoga. And you can always modify this by crossing the left shin in front of the right shin like a cross-legged. You could also get a towel or blanket and fold that to go underneath the hips and elevate the hips higher as modifications. And when you're ready, go ahead and fold over and down. And this gets you deep, deep, deep into the hips. And essentially, we're not just looking for flexibility in the body, but we're also looking for flexibility and various adapting of perspectives within our minds. There's a Zen saying that says, when the mind is flexible, the body follows. So the mind and the body intricately connected and related. And we want to make sure that we're not just rigid in the body and the mind, but we are supple in both of those. The mind that can see things from different perspectives. You think about so many problems in the world today is because of rigid mind states, perspectives, beliefs. It all starts with you. You want to transform the world, you can't do it until you transform yourself. So you get onto your yoga mat every day, you take time to train. If you want power, you have to train power. If you want flexibility, you have to train flexibility. If you want calmness, you have to train calmness. For most of us, it's not just going to happen. But by training it through consistency, it becomes our default patterns. It becomes our new baseline. Go ahead and ease your way all the way back up. Extend the legs straight out in front of you. Keep the left leg straight out in front. Bring the sole of the right foot high up to the inner left thigh. Rotate upper body to the right 45 degrees. And then come over and down to your own degree for the angled half butterfly, getting into the inner thigh and the groin. Once you find your spot, feel free to close the eyes and just enjoy that beautiful music in the background of the practice as we head towards the back end of this class. Keep the torso down low, crawl over by the left leg, reach the hands out, grab what you can get. Inhale, pull out, and exhale, fold in. And then ease your way all the way back up. Here it comes, right ankle on top of left knee. Fire log pose, other side. Modify if you like. And then we'll get deep into the flexibility of the hips here. Whatever you're feeling, see if you can breathe into it, breathe through it. As the poet Robert Frost said, the only way out is through. Move through the tension, move through the stiffness, the resistance, whatever's there, with steadiness and with presence. As you guys slowly ease your way out.